Who's how? Rams how? You know who we rollin' with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Hit like, share, and link. Who's how? Rams how? You know who we rollin' with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Home of the champions. Who's how? Rams how? You know who we rollin' with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Hit like, share, and link. Who's how? Rams how? You know who we rollin' with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Home of the champions. When I need a scoop on the league, I hit up the dream team. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast.
Welcome to season 2 of the Golden Rams Buzz Podcast with Chris, Damon, and Sal. What's up, everybody?
What's up, fellas?
Welcome to season 2, boys.
What's up, fellas?
Yeah, what's up?
This is Chris, everybody.
There he is.
What's up? I'm going to be the antagonist. I'm not going to be the typical Ram fan. I'm going to point out the bad, but I love my Rams.
That's right.
Since 85, Eric Dickerson. I was a Dickerson Ranger living in L.A.
Woo!
There you go. Yeah. So we're going to get the truth, huh?
Yeah, exactly, Sal.
Before we start season 2, let's give props to the Kansas City Chiefs.
I love Patrick Mahomes.
Being the Philadelphia Eagles
Yep.
and a great Super Bowl.
Yeah,
The
I like
Super Bowl,
that.
Is that Super Bowl 57? Or?
57.
Yes.
Yeah, we let big shout out to my Uncle Carlton, loves the Chiefs. I
Yep.
bet he's happy,
Yep.
you know. But this is new year, new season.
Mm-hmm.
All I got to say is this. The Rams will not go 5-12. What y'all think?
Go ahead, Sal.
I guarantee that. Yeah, I said I still think double digits. A lot of people are, they're down in the Ram, but I like what I say, after being in training camp, like 5 practices. I like what they're doing. You can feel the vibe. I think the Rams are on the right path.
I'm going to be the antagonist. I'm saying the Rams. I'm going to say 4-13. I just don't see it from this team. I mean, the offense is. The defense, I see a lot of UDFAs, undrafted free agents, a lot of 7th rounders and 5th rounders. You got what's the kid's name from Wake Forest, Kyrie Brown or something like that.
Brown.
You got Aaron Donald. That's the only mainstay of the defense. The offense is. You got Cooper Kupp battling a hamstring. You know what happened to Keenan Allen? They're the same. Keenan Allen last year, they're the same age, both 30 years old. Keenan Allen made 6 games with a hamstring. So I don't know. I just don't see. I don't see a double digit from wins from the Rams this year.
So you're saying last year the Rams went 5-12.
Yes,
You think
sir.
They're going to lose one. They're going to go 4-13.
I mean,
Hold on.
Okay.
Matthew Stafford.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, Cooper Kupp's injured.
Yes, sir.
Sean McVay's fully invested this year.
Right.
Aaron Donald.
Huh?
Leslie, general manager. We have something to
Yeah.
prove because 5-12 is a business
Right.
record.
I agree.
We had like 50 injuries.
Right,
Okay?
I
We're
agree.
hiring firemen, policemen to be offensive linemen.
I agree.
So you're telling me with all this, the Reds are going to go 4-13.
I mean, okay, maybe 6-11, but I don't see double. I don't see double digit. I think I don't see it. I just don't see
Yeah,
it.
let's keep bringing those wins up because think about it. We have the best coach in the NFC West, and McVay, right? I mean, a proven Super Bowl
Yes,
coach,
I'll
right?
give you that.
We have a winning Super Bowl quarterback.
Yes,
right?
I'll definitely give you that.
So we have a lot to build on. People keep looking at, they look at the rookies, and that's what kind of scares them off. And then they also think that just because he never heard of these players, that we're going to be a bad
Okay,
team.
but Sal, let me ask you this: if they do put Cooper Kupp on IR and he misses 46 games, Van Jefferson, and then the kid from BYU, what's the game? Nakua?
Yeah, Puka Nacua.
Puka Nakua. Is that going to be your second receiver?
But no, we still have. There's a couple of receivers that could step in. I mean, we have a couple of veterans. Robinson could step in, and really, I think that it actually could work to the Rams' advantage because when you hamstring injuries, I mean, you could be, you could sit him for 4 weeks, come back, and he gets re-injured. So
Exactly.
it's not a matter of time. But I think the nice thing is all these younger players will be getting playing time, and I mean. Puka Nacua is 6'2". He's the same size as Cooper Kupp, physical guy. So he can run a lot of the same routes. And, he'll get a good opportunity. And also, Tutu Atwell, I think, will be the X factor, too. Believe me, I think he's fine.
Tutu Atwell, that was drafted before Amon St. Brown?
Yeah. That's him, yeah.
Okay.
But I do think he's a late bloomer, but I seen him in training camp. That guy can do some things.
Okay.
Speed is amazing. And also they also have Cam Akers coming out of the backfield. We have Williams. The Rams are going to be a balanced offense. It's not just going to be a passing team.
So you're saying double-digit wins?
Yeah.
Wow.
I say at least
Wow.
10.
Wow. Okay.
I say
'Cause
10 and
listen,
7.
The Rams are younger, faster, quicker, stronger. Okay? And with that, they have something to prove, the youngsters that are drafted. Yeah, they're inexperienced, but they can either hurt you or harm you. We're going to see what happens September 10th versus Seattle.
So how many wins you saying?
10.
That's
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the double digits. That's how I feel. I think that the Rams we're gonna start off quick, and I think with a young team, once you start winning, first you're hoping you win, and once you get a couple of games under your belt, especially against division opponents, then you start knowing you can compete against them, and then you start expecting to win. So little by little, as the weeks go on, I think the Rams will be ready to roll. Probably around week 10 or 11, the Rams will be hitting their stride.
Because you got to remember, every person that's picked in the NFL starts off young and experienced. Matthew Stafford came to Detroit and experienced, and a Super Bowl champion. There's Ceremony, Patrick Mahomes. He came, he sat behind Alex Smith for a year and experienced. Look how great he is. So with reps, time, effort, energy.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Well, I want to bring this up. There was a kid in our backyard that was, playing pretty good, named Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I think the Rams should have drafted him before Stetson Bennett. What do you guys say?
UCLA guy?
Yes.
I mean, what team is he on? What team?
Cleveland Browns. Backing up Deshaun Watson.
Okay, is he going to start or is he going to play?
He looked good in the preseason.
He looked good in preseason,
he's a spread quarterback, though, right?
Yeah. See, but also, everyone, they overlook Stetson Bennett. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's won 2 national championships. I like winners, and that's what the Rams have in Stetson Bennett. Yeah, he struggled a little bit, but the Rams put him in opportunities where he wasn't going to have a lot of success. He had backups that were blocking for him, second and third receivers. They wanted to see if he could generate offense that way, but once he settles in, the guy's money, I think. I like him as a backup.
That's right.
Me personally, unless, there's a lot of quarterbacks that they're all like in a cluster, they're mobile, and they can do a lot of things well, but I don't know. National championships are, that's more defining, I think.
I hope we don't see Stetson Bennett on the field this year, because that means Matthew
I hope
playing
that's
all the games up to February when we meet up in Vegas versus somebody.
But you feel comfortable with him, right?
Yes, I feel comfortable, but I want him coming in garbage time. I don't want him. If he hits the field this year in an early game, that's something bad. I want Matthew Stafford to play all season this year with a great,
I hope.
line.
I hope the same thing.
Yeah.
But I do feel confident that it's an upgrade over John Wolford. Yeah, you look at Stetson Bennett. He looks like he's ready to. He could step in and play a couple of games, but I'm hoping that he doesn't have to either. But you kind of do want to see what you have in him.
So, you've been watching football, 50 years?
Yeah, 50 years.
What was a good pro comp to Stetson Bennett to you?
To Stetson Bennett, I would probably say, a lot of people look at his age, he's 25.
26.
But I tell people Kurt Warner was 28 when he led the Rams on Greatest Show on Turf. So, to me, I look at him, he just is a winner to me. He has a pretty decent arm. He can read defenses. I think he's going to do well for the Rams.
That's fair.
He's not a flashy quarterback, but he kind of has a cool vibe. Like when you see him, he has this presence. When you see him in training camp, you do get comfortable, watching him play. He knows what he's doing out there, and I think that, the best part about him is he's coachable. And that's the kind of player you want. He knows he makes mistakes. You see, even in preseason when he made a couple of mistakes when he ran to the sidelines, McVay just looked at him and he already knew what, that he needs to get better. He needs to. Anybody to stay in the NFL, you got to eliminate turnovers, and he knows that.
The word I hate hearing, and this for everybody's, I hate when the people are saying the Rams are going to tank. This is L.A. There's no team that tanks. The Rams are not going to tank. Tank for Williams. No, why are you going to tank? You got to win games. This is L.A. Stan Kroenke, let's do it or not. Sean McVay, okay, let's lose. Nobody's thinking.
Nobody's
going to lose. But play the games, man. The Rams are going to tank. Williams, how do we know Williams is going to be good? How many times have quarterbacks been drafted high that, they're going to be, and then they don't pan out?
No, but think about it. Anybody who's a Ram fan, do you think Aaron Donald's going to come back to tank?
Yeah.
He would just retire. You think McVay's going to come out when he had an opportunity to retire or step away? He's not going to come back and not give 100%. Everybody will give 100%.
I don't think the Rams are going to tank, but I think they're telling me they're tanking without telling me. That's what I was saying.
Explain.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Point?
The free agent didn't really do nothing in free agency. The draft was decent, but
that was great. All the draft players made the team.
Yeah, I actually think it was a great draft.
It was decent. I think great.
No, but right now it's.
I think Steve Avila's going to be great. He was, I think, the highest rated guard in the draft.
Yeah, he was. But we won't know, for a couple of years.
Exactly.
But the Rams had 14 draft picks. All 14 made the team.
Except Tanner Brown, right?
Yeah, but that could have went either way. He could have made the team. Kickers are really tough anyway. Most kickers are going to be bounced around the league before they actually hit their stride.
Not every kicker's had a military, man.
Yeah, but I think for the Rams, to me, it shows that they drafted. They got the players they wanted. Went to training camp. and they let them kind of find it out on the field. There were some positions where the Rams felt like they needed some more experienced veteran players, so they brought in a couple of guys here and there. But the fact that during the waiver wire, the Rams didn't go out and pick guys up, so that tells me that they're satisfied with what they have.
You think
you got to let them develop.
You think Michael Hoyt and Larrell Murchison will contribute mightily on defense this year?
Yeah, they're going to have to.
Yeah, I agree. But do you think they will?
I think they will.
Okay.
I think Mike Hoyt, a lot of these players, it's a position that you have to get, that's why Leonard Floyd was so valuable, because he would set the edge. He also was.
I agree with that.
I mean, I knew losing him was like losing two players. You're losing a guy that can rush the passer and also, contain. Nobody got outside of Floyd. That's what, he was able to keep, the play inside, and that's helped Donald, make a lot of tackles also. But these guys now in preseason, I mean, they were running up the middle. They were running, to the outside. The Rams defense looked terrible in preseason, but you don't even game plan. The Rams didn't even have a lot of their players there. But I think that it's funny because, everybody was doubting the Rams after last year. The Rams had 22 injured players.
Right.
I mean, injuries played a key role. And then everybody was saying, that the Rams are paying for the Super Bowl now. Every team tries to improve. The Rams have been bringing in veteran players ever since McVay was there.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, so that's why, that's why he's so popular. Les Snead and also McVay, because they're trying to win. The Niners tried to bring in McCaffrey to win a Super Bowl, but it didn't work.
True.
So the fact that it worked for the Rams, I mean, I think it was worth it. But I think the Rams are setting the foundation for the next Super Bowl run. And I mean, these guys are young, but they're also coachable. And the Rams have a lot of young coaches, and I think that you could feel that these guys want to get better. And I think that's the key for McVay and all. They, and then next year, depending on how these guys play, if you could get 3 or 4 starters out of those 14 draft picks, then next year you'll have a number 1 pick, and you'll have salary cap space. You could get, healthy real quick.
I'm trying to get another shirt like this, Big shout out to OG Nam, custom-made shirt he sent me. Thank you, OG Nam, from Twitter,
I like that.
Social media. Yeah,
but
boy,
it's
I'm trying
always
to get
Rams house.
Look at this, boy. Rams house, Super Bowl, OG Nam. Good looking out on that.
Take a break. The Rare Bakery located in all locations. Stateside, nationwide. Take a break. The Rare Bakery. Whole grain loaf. Fish briquettes. Ciabatta rolls. Regular rolls. You guys know you can't make a sandwich without bread, right? What are you going to use for your peanut butter jelly sandwich? You need bread. Why not take a break with the Rare Bakery? For all your tailgating needs, all your family holidays, your family functions, take a break with the Rare Bakery at all retail locations in California and nationwide. You see the hat? You see the shirt? Podcast sponsor and tailgate sponsor, the Rare Bakery. Take a break. We'll see you at tailgate.
Enough said, come on. Who's house? Rams house. You know who we rolling with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Hit like, share a link. Who's house? Rams house. You know who we rolling with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Home of the champions. Who's house? Rams house. You know who we rolling with.
Let's talk about this week's games coming up. First week of the season. We already know. Let's talk about the Rams Seattle. With you guys, of course, Rams. I think Rams win. Mm-hmm. They always have a tough, tight game. Like last time they played, it came down to penalties. Rams should have won that. That penalty was bogus. But I see the Rams going in there and winning 24-17.
The Rams going into Seattle is going to set the tone for how I think the season's going to play out. I think it's going to be tight. I think Geno's going to throw 2 picks. I think I think Matthew Stafford's going to throw maybe a pick or 2. I'm going to say the Rams are going to squeak out a 20-17 win.
Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think that Geno Smith will return to Geno Smith, and I think the Rams will Tomlinson in the Rams secondary. That guy's a player. I think he's gonna.
That's LaDainian's nephew, right?
Yeah. He's gonna set the tone for the Rams secondary. That guy is very aggressive. I said the Rams win 24-17.
Okay.
This Thursday, the defending champions, Kansas City Chiefs, take on the paper champ. I call them paper champ.
Yeah,
because everybody's giving Detroit they're the team because they won 9 games and didn't make the playoffs. But Jared Goff, of course, the ex-Ram, took it to the Super Bowl. Who do you guys got in that matchup this Thursday?
Well, you remember last time when Goff played Mahomes? You guys went to the game at the Coliseum, right?
Yeah.
I think that was the best game I've ever seen.
Yeah, best game.
Yeah, definitely.
Regular season game I've ever seen on TV. It just broke today that Travis Kelce hyperextended his knee, so he's doubtful to play. There's no Chris Jones, but there's still Mahomes.
Yeah, that's what I was
Instead
going
of
to say.
Mahomes,
That's what I was
Kadarius
gonna say.
Toney.
yeah.
I'm going to go Chiefs 34, the Lions 21.
Oh, yeah. I would say 37-17 Chiefs.
Chiefs 45, Lions 17.
Oh, so they returned to the Detroit Lions.
Detroit's going.
Wow.
Kansas City's
Yeah.
going to win 45-17.
Oh, yeah, especially, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Detroit.
Especially-
I don't think under the bright lights. I don't think. It's,
No, at home. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, what about let's talk about some NFL news. What about teams that you think improve and teams that you think that are not going to be so good? You want to start off, Demond?
Teams that improved. Some teams just stayed pat. Like they didn't need to improve. Like Philadelphia, of course.
Well, they did good in the draft.
Yeah. Buffalo. That was going to the season last year. But I think Buffalo's going to go to the Super Bowl. Didn't think so. Some teams that stayed pat. Bengals. Look where their division. That's going to be good.
Yeah.
Eagles. Chiefs stayed pat. The one team that's going to tank is we already know the Cardinals are going to be terrible.
Yeah, Cardinals
They're
are
going to have the
gonna be
worst record. In our division, well, the Niners are getting Brock Purdy back, so we're going to see what he does throughout the year, starting from game one to game. Because last year he didn't come game one, he came game
Yeah.
4 or 5. So now people can adjust to him, stuff like that. For instance, like Peter King had like the Rams not making the playoffs.
Right.
They had like
Yeah.
different teams. I'm just like, let me look up real quick. He had.
I mean, they've been wanting to dismiss the Rams badly since the
Right.
Super Bowl. I mean, nobody gives the Rams credit. You look at, even in, one guy was saying that Cooper Kupp isn't even in the top 10
yeah.
in wide receiver.
Oh, I disagree with that.
I mean, that's what I'm
He's the
saying.
top
Well,
five.
that's what I'm laughing. Yeah, I don't even comment on that because it's like, it's just senseless. I mean, Triple Crown winner. I mean, Cooper Kupp could do it all. But I think the Bears are going to be pretty impressive.
Okay.
I think the
Are you
Bears.
sold on Justin Fields?
I am.
Okay.
I just thought you need to give him some time, and man,
Yeah,
towards the end
he
of the
was
season,
young, he was raw.
he was killing it
Yeah,
towards
he
the end of the
was. The
season.
last 8 games.
Yeah, but I think
I
he
think the
finally
Patriots
gets
are
it.
going to. I think the Patriots are going to be horrible.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I'm telling Nicole.
But
you
they
said
got
that.
Ezekiel Elliott though. Right?
Come on, man. And then I have a team that I think is going to win the Super Bowl, but I'm not going to say it yet. I'll say that for later. I think the Chargers got the pieces, but I don't know if they're going to be able to put it together.
That division is Casey's going to win the division.
Yeah, but they got great pieces on defense. They got Eric Kendricks. They got Khalil Mack. They got Joey Bosa. And then on offense, you got the kid from TCU, Quentin Johnston. You got Keenan Allen. You got Michael Williams. You got Austin Eckler. You got Herbert. You got Slater. So, I mean, there's like 11 or 12 players on that team.
But you're not naming the detriment to the team. You're naming all these great players because you can't be up 27 points in the
gosh.
playoffs. Well,
So
the
you saying
coach.
is it Brandon Staley?
I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All
And
these
then look at the
players, you
offensive
can't-
coordinator.
You
Are
got
you
to
kidding me?
coach. You got one of the greatest. You got a great quarterback. You've had Dan Phelps in your history. You've had Drew Brees in your history. You had Phillip Rivers in your history. Last year, you won a game 27 points and lose. Is that coaching or is that Justin Herbert? I'll let you tell it.
Okay, guys, what about the NFC South? Who do you guys think is the best coach
Oh
in the
my
NFC
God!
South?
NFC's that's a garbage league. That's,
I mean, personally, I like Atlanta. I like Atlanta.
Hey, they're gonna have
Yeah,
a.
I
who
like
do you like?
Atlanta. I think Atlanta is.
After they
one
said
of
they win the
good
division,
teams.
they go what 7-10 to win the division? Come on, dude, 7-10.
So that's one on Tampa Bay.
I think Atlanta will be.
Who's the best coach? In
That's
the
what I'm saying.
league?
Who do you think is the best coach? Is it Todd Bowles? Is it Frank Wright? Is it Arthur Smith? Is it what's the guy's name? Dennis something.
Yeah.
Dennis, the guy from the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dennis
I don't know.
Allen, Dennis
Dennis
Allen.
Allen. There you go. Thank you, Demar.
Saint. I got the.
I got the Falcons.
Saints.
Yeah, I would probably go with Falcons.
Okay.
I'd go Falcons.
And then
Saints would probably be second place.
what about the So that's the
Yeah.
division. And,
The Bucks.
Who do you guys got in the Super Bowl? If you had to call it right now.
I gotta go on my Rams, man. What do you think? I got-
Against?
Kansas City.
What about you, Sam?
I would say Rams and Kansas City.
You know, I'm going with this team, and mark my words. This team is going to be good. I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. Baltimore Ravens versus. I'm hoping the Rams. I got to think with my head, not my heart. I'm going to go with the. I hate to say it, but the Niners.
See, I knew he was going to say
See with your chest
But
out,
didn't we
boy.
It's
win-
going to be Baltimore versus Niners, a repeat from 2014.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
But
blackout.
this will be with no blackout though.
Yeah, exactly. No Beyonce halftime show.
They paid their bill.
But I like the fact that no one's, everyone's counting the Rams out. That's the
That's
best.
fair. That's
Rams perform better when no one gives them a chance, and I think that's what makes it sweeter when the Rams actually, find their way. But I think they will. Week by week, they'll get better. If the Rams are 2-0 after 2 games, beat 2 divisional games,
Oh,
then
that'd be great.
Let's talk about some of
it'll
these,
be a whole different
yeah.
conversation. And different direction. Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Let's talk about some of these week one matchups. Some games. I'm not gonna go through all of them because some of them are just like.
Yeah.
So we got San Francisco versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, who you got?
I like Pittsburgh in the upset.
I like Pittsburgh. Yeah, I
I
like
like
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh in the
I'm never gonna root
upset.
for the Niners, dude. Like,
I like Pittsburgh.
and that's in
upset.
Pittsburgh. That gives in Pittsburgh.
it's in
right?
Pittsburgh.
So the Niners' first 2 games were road games.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh and
And in SoFi.
yeah. Oh, we take over your okay.
I always tell them, you can take over the stadium.
we get the W.
Like they said, oh, we take over your stadium. I said, you take over the stadium. Raiders take over the stadium. Cowboys take over the stadium. Packers are going to take over the
Super
stadium. Steelers are going to take over the stadium. As long as you don't take over the scoreboard. That's all I worry about.
Or because I love when you have 1 million fans and they lose, you take
They
that.
walk down with the hit.
They walk down with their head out, that video, that picture, that look.
Yeah, the escalator is
Yeah,
like the
the
escalator is
escalator
Sea
shame,
of
right?
red going up
Yeah.
the
The escalator
So
is
we all said
I
Pittsburgh.
like Pittsburgh in upset.
Yeah, I like
Okay,
Pittsburgh.
no, this is a big game. Green Bay and Chicago. No Aaron Rodgers, first time in 15, 16 years.
I say Chicago. I like the Bears. I like Justin Fields. I think is going
Justin Fields versus Jordan Love.
Yeah, I like.
You got love for love?
I like Green Bay if Romeo Dobbs plays. If Romeo Dobbs doesn't play, I'm going to go Chicago.
Okay. A couple more games. We got Raiders in Denver. Champagne boy.
That one I would say. I said Raiders.
I got
Raiders
Denver.
won't win.
I got Denver too.
Denver's going to win because
I got Denver.
I hope.
Sean Payton's not the best coach in that division.
Yeah.
He's going to outcoach you.
No, not better than Andy Reid.
Oh, my bad.
See, that's what I
That-
was saying. Wait a minute.
Wait, hold on now. Hold on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
see.
Sean Payton did. Yeah, you're right. Andy Reid. But I'm
But I
thinking.
think Russell Wilson's going to have a reclamation project year this year. I think he's coming back, and I think Denver's going to beat their Raiders.
I think so, too, because the Raiders are just hyped up.
They
Just win
are,
some
but-
games,
Yeah,
baby!
but Garoppolo, I think I'd take Garoppolo over
Russell, right now.
Russell. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because he had a terrible coach last year. He didn't know anything.
Yeah,
now
but
you got
I
Sean,
think, yeah.
I
Sean
think
Payton- Sean Payton
Garoppolo
doesn't-
is scrappy though. I mean,
Yeah.
he's kind of like Goff. All he does is
And he's
win.
got some
Let me ask you a
receivers.
question.
he
When's
does.
the last time we played a full season, though?
Well, he may not last the season, but he is.
He made that last
Aiden
5 games.
O'Connell.
Yeah,
Raider
right.
fans, get ready for Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, yeah.
Who is that guy?
I think he's from Purdue. I heard good things about him.
Yeah, he's but they don't give awards for preseason. Really?
No. 'Cause if that was the case,
No, that's what I'm saying. Because they're
Right.
I'm like, why isn't he in the Hall of Fame yet?
Right.
Those Raider fans were really talking him up.
if they got awards for preseason, Baltimore Ravens won in like the last 5 preseasons.
Oh,
They
yeah.
lost their first game.
Well, I remember we went like 4-0 in preseason and had one of the worst seasons ever.
Gosh.
You know. Preseason, it matters more to some teams, but the Rams don't even sweat it. I mean, the Rams, McVay wasn't even, I mean, you want to win, but you want to also look at your players.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to, look at the players, see what you got.
Miami versus Chargers.
It's a great
It's
game.
a shootout, I think.
I agree.
I say that one. I'll go with Miami.
I don't know who's going to be able to cover Tyreek Hill.
Say.
I think it's going to be like 45-42. And it's going to be like, remember that Kellen Winslow
Yeah.
game back in the 80s when he was like
he was carried out the field, yeah.
Yeah. I think Miami's going to win that game. I think Miami.
Yeah, see, I think
45-42.
Miami will start off hot.
Yeah, I agree.
I got the Chargers winning 42-28.
Okay.
Justin Herbert's going to go off.
Okay.
Now we just need Keenan Allen to stay healthy. Because you know what I'm saying?
Justin Herbert, yeah. To me, he's just Phillip Rivers
2.0.
2.0.
Really?
He's going to be a stat guy, yeah. He'll be
Yeah.
a stat guy.
But
No, Dan Fouts.
it's always the coaching with the Chargers. Marty Schottenheimer can't, rest in peace, the playoff game. This person, playoff game, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, but I just think the Chargers, they've always had great talent, but they just don't put it together. You have to put it together. You have to have like a direction. You have to be moving in the same direction. That's one thing about the Rams. They're young, but all these players are buying into what the Rams coaching staff is, the direction they're moving in.
and the game to end the week, it'll be the most viewed Monday night game in years. A guy named Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, the Jets, Jets,
No.
and the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen.
I'd say Buffalo's going to blow them out.
Wow.
Score?
I would say probably like 38-17.
Because all this hype behind Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I think that's
I
a
think
mistake.
Buffalo's going to be riding, the emotional wave with DeMar Hamlin.
Say.
But they didn't just have Aaron Rodgers. But I'm gonna go Buffalo 35-31 against the Jets.
Buffalo 38, Jets 14. Because the Jets are all over. We got the best defense since the 85 Bears.
Yeah.
Once
I
you
don't
start
know
doing
about
that and you start saying that
Yeah.
before other people throughout the year do it for you, you're done.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
you never You don't have to talk about yourself.
You don't
Let
talk about
other
yourself.
teams
You let
talk
others-
about it.
you don't nickname
But
yourself
also,
another
I've seen that. I've seen this movie. You know, they did the same thing when they picked up Tomlinson, when they had Sanchez
Yeah.
as a quarterback. I mean, the Jets always. They haven't won anything since Joe Namath.
Yeah.
Really. I mean,
and
they
they
had
have-
Richard Todd kind of, did some things, for the franchise. But the Jets are the Jets until they prove otherwise. But I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to make much of a difference.
You've seen this movie
Interesting.
before because a guy named Brent Favre did the same thing.
That's true too.
Play for the Jets. Oh, he's gonna go take him to the prom.
8-8.
Yeah, that's what I told people. I told fans. I told a lot of Roger fans that he's probably going to play for the Vikings next. He's following in the
Because he
footsteps
wants
of
to go.
Brett
He wants to go
Favre.
against Green Bay.
Yeah, but I think he was dangerous. I mean, I'm glad that he's out of the NFC though. Aaron Rodgers. I'm glad that he's not on the Packers no more. He actually increases the Rams' odds to make the playoffs. So.
Great stuff, you guys. Big shout out to our sponsor, La Brea Bakery Bread. As you can see by the commercial, make sure you get your La Brea Bakery Bread from all your retail centers. Vaughn's, Albertsons, Food for Less, any retail stores in California, nationwide, La Brea Bakery Bread. Season 2, Chris, Damon, and Sal, baby. Whose house?
Rams.
Rams.
You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to the director, Jay.
Yeah, let's go.